Hello, everybody. It was so great seeing y'all at Circle Time this morning. Everybody talking about the ways that they celebrate America and the 4th of July. I just wanted to sit down and read you another story, of course, but I was just looking at this guy and how much he has grown. And I love this right here. So I have a window that's right over here, and his petals are just reaching out for the sun. And the sun helps him grow, so it's pretty great. Okay, so let me move this back. All right, so I have a really great story today to read you. And it's by Jan Brett. And the story is called Mossy. Got a turtle down here, kind of like Bob. Look at all this, the beautiful flowers and plants on Mossy's back. I love that. All right, here we go. On a misty morning, a young turtle stood at the edge of Lily Pad Pond. Her name was Mossy. See her there in the middle? Mossy liked the damp, cool place. She spent so much time here that the curlicues of moss began to grow on her carapace. Remember, that's back here on her shell, until her shell was covered with them. As the spring days got warmer, tiny ferns unfurled and wildflowers began to bloom. Soon, Mossy's shell was home to an amazing garden. So, see how it attached itself, and then as time went on, it grew a wonderful garden. Now, with Jan Brett's pictures, I want to remind you to look at the whole picture because she gives you little clues on the sides here as to what is going to come next in the story on the next page. So when I show you, be sure to look at those pictures. Mossy liked to look at her reflection in Lily Pad Pond and see what was growing on her garden. Every day brought a surprise, a new flower, or perhaps a delicious wild strawberry. Mossy's garden was growing wider and taller. See Mossy down there? And then check out this oval and the circle on the sides. One day, Mossy was standing by Lily Pad Pond when the water rippled and two ruby red eyes looked up at her. It was a handsome turtle she hadn't seen before. Scoot had never seen a lady turtle like Mossy. He thought her garden was pretty, but it was Mossy who made his heart beat fast. She was breathtaking. Scoot scrambled up the bank and walked towards Mossy. Entranced by those ruby eyes, Mossy made her way into the open glade towards Scoot. Just then, Dr. Carolina, on her morning walk with her niece, Tori, spotted Mossy. Gently, Dr. Carolina picked her up. She is perfect for the museum. Never had Dr. Carolina's museum had a wonder as extraordinary as a garden-growing turtle. She and Tori made a home for Mossy in a viewing pavilion with plants, a reflecting pool, and everything they thought a turtle would need. But Mossy already had everything she needed back at Lily Pad Pond, and she longed to go home and find her new friend. Every day, Scoot waited for Mossy, but Mossy didn't come back. See, they tried to make her feel at home. They've got a really great aquarium there. All summer, visitors came to see Mossy in her famous garden. They watched her eat raspberries and mealy worms, mushrooms and lettuce, but Mossy didn't seem happy to Tori, and Dr. Carolina was too busy to notice. Mossy was lonely for Scoot. She had stopped looking at her at her garden in the reflecting pool because it made her remember those ruby red eyes shining like jewels peering at her from lily pad pond. Thoughts of Scoot only made her sad. You can see on the side, I think that's the other turtle waiting for Mossy. Snow fell outside, but inside the museum, Mossy's garden kept growing, and people flocked to see her. Dr. Carolina was thrilled that Mossy had made her museums famous. Today, Tori and her class had come to see Mossy. The meteorites and geodes amazed the children. They loved the woodland diorama, the butterflies, and the shells. Finally, Dr. Carolina said it was time to see a special exhibit. See all the flowers around there? If you've been playing outside, I bet you've been seeing some butterflies. I love these ones down here with the little kind of spikes. The children gathered around the viewing pavilion. At first, they didn't see Mossy. Then she started to walk, her magnificent garden swaying back and forth. The little turtle captivated the children. Mossy is a special turtle, Dr. Carolina told them. Her garden changes and grows all year round. She is never hungry or cold. She is safe living in the museum. Here with us, Mossy could live to be 100 years old. And that's true. Sometimes it is a safe place for a turtle to live, even safer than being out in the wild. See, she's here, right here. But I think Mossy wants to be back in her little pond. Tori frowned. She loved the museum. She had helped her aunt collect wonderful things on their walks. But Mossy was the first living creature that Dr. Carolina had taken to live in the museum. Is that why she looks so sad? Tori wondered. Do you think Mossy is happy here? Tori asked her aunt. Does she have any turtle friends? The children asked. No, but here we all have the opportunity to see her. Dr. Carolina paused. The children had given her an idea. Check out the fossils all around the edge of the edge of the picture. All right, let's see what Dr. Carolina's idea is. On the first day of spring, on the first day of spring, a sign on the front of the museum read, "Closed, do not disturb." Two women arrived at the back of the museum. Dr. Carolina and Tori were there to meet them. Everyone wondered what this meant. 1 day passed, 2 days passed, then 3. After a week, everyone was invited inside. Let's see what's around the edge this time. Ooh, just all sorts of pieces of nature that they found outside. Dr. Carolina introduced the two mystery women. Please meet Flora and Fauna. We know all about flora and fauna, don't we? The curtain was pulled aside, revealing a portrait of Mossy, larger than life, with her garden painted in glowing detail. A portrait is a painting of somebody or an animal. Flora had painted all the plants, because remember, flora is plants. Fauna had painted Mossy. Together, the artists had captured a moment in time that would never fade. Everyone cheered and clapped. Here's the picture right here. It's not really her. They painted that picture. Remember, fauna is all the animals outside. That's why she painted Mossy. At dusk, Dr. Carolina gently put Mossy in a collection basket. Come with me, she said to Tori, and off they went to take Mossy to Lily Pad Pond. Together they said goodbye to their garden-growing friend and put her in the glade next to the waterfall, exactly where Dr. Carolina had found her. Mossy was home. The next morning, the warm spring sun woke up Scoot from his bed beneath the leaves. He opened his ruby eyes and saw Mossy. Their year apart vanished into the past. At the museum, the portrait of Mossy continued to amaze visitors. What an extraordinary work of art and nature, they exclaimed. They're finally back together. The world changed as the years went by and Tori grew up, but Mossy's portrait is there in Dr. Carolina's museum for all to see, not knowing that not far away on the misty, moist edge of Lily Pad Pond, an old turtle still stands. Her name is Mossy. It's a beautiful waterfall, huh? Oh, look, there's tiny babies. Awesome. Very cool. I love that story. It really just talks all about nature and how the turtle loves its natural habitat. So why don't y'all spend some time outside and see what kind of pieces of nature you can find. Maybe you can go on a nature hunt. All right, guys. Well, I will talk to you soon. Hope you're having a great week. Bye.